Okay. In the last class, we discussed about probability, about chances, and all these things. First, let me know. One second, let me open the chat. The chat below. Okay, so I told you about chances, how we use this in our daily life. There are three kind of events which are most probable. Suppose there are some examples also. Let me show you. I think it's not here. Suppose if I ask what is the probability of sun coming from the east? Tell me fast. What is the probability of sun coming from the east? 1 upon 2. Sun coming from the east. What is the probability? 100%. Yes, it is 1. So you can say these are the events which are These are universal truths. We all know about this thing. So we all know what is the answer. In any case, it will always come from east only. If I ask what is the probability of sun coming from west, what is the probability of sun coming from the west? It is 0, because we all know sun can never come from west side on earth. Okay. Now, if I say what is the probability of Thursday coming after Wednesday? What is the probability of Thursday coming after Wednesday? Again, 100%. So we have to understand these two events are very much sure. We are one which is completely coming, one which is not coming at all. We have to study about the in between. Who is this Vivo Y21? Anyone? Do you know who is this Vivo Y21? We can't allow it like this. No? Leave it. Now, Vivo Y21, someone was there. Let's see. Now, last time I've told you in probability, we have some experiments like rolling of a die. Yes, Shavla. Experiment like rolling of a dice, then playing cards, then we have carom, and then we have suppose bulbs in a bag, and so on. So what is the common thing between all these things? Let me open the chat window. Okay, so we want to find, we have defined some experiments like rolling of a dice, playing cards, tossing of a coin. In all these events, we don't know what will come. Yes, Harshul, you are asking chess. Okay, Harshul has given a very good question. Please tell me, can we find probability in the case of chess also? Can we find probability in the case of chess also? Sarthak saying yes, no beta. No, we cannot find, because there is a concept of equal likely outcomes. Suppose you have a bag which is packed, inside there are all the players of chess. If someone says draw a pawn, we can understand by the shape. The shape of each player in chess is different, so it is not equal likely. In the case of coin, whether head will come or tails will come, there is no 16 pawn in chess. Total there are 16 players, beta. Yes, okay. 16, 8 from white, 8 from black. So you can give a idea that this is a pawn. Suppose someone says take out a king. Finding king very easy, because you can understand by the shape of that it is a king. But if you have playing cards, and you are drawing a card out of it, you can never say which card it is. So we have to find probability in those cases where the outcomes are equal. Okay, so in the case of chess, we never find probability because the pieces in chess are of different shapes. So when you put your hand inside that bag, you can have a feel that this is a particular player. Okay, I hope you're getting this. Why we are not using chess in the case of experiments? Yes, class? Okay, in the case of bulb also, the bulb should be of same size and shape. Okay, in the case of bulb also, if you have a bag or a box of bulbs and you want to find probability, those bulbs should be of same size and same shape, because the probability should be pure. You can never see it is a different kind of bulb. Okay, that is why we have these experiments. Okay, Ananya, both sides, 16 pieces on each side. Yes, good. Now, what is an event? Event is a particular thing that we want. Suppose I decide, suppose I say getting a head. If I say getting a head, it is a event. Experiment is tossing of coin and my event is getting a head. So I will find the probability by a formula. Probability is equal to number of favorable outcomes upon total number of outcomes. So we have to understand what is experiment. It is the whole setup that we are having. Tossing of a coin is a experiment. It is a random experiment that we are doing, and event I have defined as getting a head. Now tell me, as by this formula, what is probability of getting a head? Very simple. We all know number of favorable outcomes are given by, let me see till here. So sample space, let me write, or total outcomes. When you toss a coin, total outcomes are either head or tail. We want a head. So we have only one favorable outcome. So answer is 1 upon 2. 1 second. Okay. Yes, Kriti, you are telling about 2 coins. So in the case of 1 coin, the total, what you say, outcomes are either head will come or tail will come. We require a head. So for us, number of favorable outcomes are only 1 and total number of outcomes are 2. That is why the probability is 1 upon 2. Now I am changing the question. Suppose I toss 2 coins. Experiment is tossing 2 coins. In this case, you have to find, suppose event I am defining as event E is getting at least 1 head. When we are tossing 2 coins, we want to find the probability of events as getting at least 1 head. Now we all know the total outcomes are given by, total outcome in this case will be given by head, 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 tail, tail, head, and tails, tails. There are total 4 outcomes. In the first case, the both coins showed head and head. In the second case, first coin showed head, second showed tail. Third case, first showed tail, second showed head, and the last case, both came tails. We have to find number of favorable outcomes in which we have at least 1 head. Tell me, how many are there? How many favorable outcomes are there? Yes, beta Prisha, we can find in Karam also. Okay, yes, saying 3, just saying 1. Beta, just read the statement. Getting at least 1 head. At least means that much and more than that. Come say come. We have to find at least 1 head. So the favorable outcomes are this one. In this we have at least one head. In this we have at least one head. In this we have at least one head. So probability is given by 3. That is number of favorable outcomes upon total number of outcomes. So answer is 3 upon 4. Now if I ask what is the probability of getting at most one head? Please tell me what is the probability of getting at most one head? Asked, what is the probability of getting at most one head? At most one head. At most means max to max one only, not more than that. Okay, yes, good beta. Hiteshri wrong, Prabal wrong beta. C, at least and at most. At least means kam se kam. At most means zyada se zyada. Okay, we have to understand. So in at most case we can have no heads or one head. Understand this thing? In at most you can have no at all or maximum one. So the favorable outcomes are in this case head head, head tail, tail head, tail tail. So we want at most one head. If the event is F, we want to find at most one head. So we can go for 0 heads, that is this case, or one head, one head. So these 3 cases will be counted and the probability of event F will be given by 3 upon 4 again. But difference is this time it is at most and previous it was at least. Okay, kam se kam or at most. Whosoever is this Vivo Y21, tell him to come with his correct name. Please explain again, Darpan. Okay. Darpan, there are 2 terms, at least and at most. If I say at least one head, I want to say कम से कम एक head तो हमको चाहिए. We can have more than that also. So we will have the cases H, T in it, the case TH in it and HH in it. Because यहाँ पर हमको one head is coming, one head is coming, 2 heads are coming. This is the case of at least one head. Similarly, at most is different. In this case, we want either no heads or max to max only one head. So in this case, it will be HT, TH or TT. So 0 heads, 1 head and 1 head. I hope now you got this, Darpan. Please confirm. One second. Okay. So we have discussed the concept of favorable outcomes and total number of outcomes. Now, Rahil Machine. Okay. Someone was asking, sir, in the case of carom, can we use this probability? Yes, you can use because the pieces in carom are of same size and shape. If you put all the pieces in a bag, you can make a question out of it that take out a what you say piece such that its color is white, its color is black, or it is a queen. Like that, you can make questions. All the pieces of carom are equal. Don't put the striker inside it. Don't put the striker inside that bag. Only put the pieces because they are all of same size and shape. So we find probability when there is equal likely outcomes. We find probability in the cases where there are equal likely outcomes. All of them are same size, same shape, and their chances of coming is equal. Okay. I hope all of you got this. Now let's move to the question. Example number 3. Sir, but striker is bigger. But that is why I told you don't put the striker in the bag because you will easily close your eyes and find the striker because of the size. Hiteshri, my video is fine, beta. Please check your connection. Now, let's see the question. One second. Where is the? Let me erase it. Just one second. Okay, let's now solve the question. Okay. Question is, a bag has 4 red balls, 2 yellow balls. The balls are identical in all respects other than color. So you can see in the question also they are telling you that balls are of same size, shape, material. So you can never understand what is different in them. Okay, you can't see the color and else everything is same. So given to us is solution. A bag is there in which we have 4 red balls and 2 yellow balls. So total we have how many balls? We have 6 balls. Now the question is, a ball is drawn from the bag without looking into the bag. What is the probability of getting a red ball? So for that we will define an event first. What is the experiment? Experiment is drawing a ball from a bag, and we have defined an event. What is the event given to us? Event is getting a red ball. Event is getting a red ball. Let me tell this event is F, or suppose I make it M. I have given the event a name M. So number of favorable outcomes upon total number of outcomes will give you probability of event M. Very easy it is. What is number of favorable outcomes? Beta, please tell me how many balls are there of color red? There are 4 balls of red color. So the chances of taking them out is 4. So we can say the favorable chances are 4 and total chances are 6. So answer is 4 upon 6, or you can say it is 2 upon 3. It is the probability of first case. Similarly, second event is saying, is it more or less than getting a yellow ball? So next event, suppose N. Next event is getting a yellow ball. I have defined the next event as N. I have to find probability of N. Again, this time we have only 2 white yellow balls. So answer will be 2 upon 6. That is 1 upon 3. I hope you got this, and they both are different in this case. Yes, class? Clear? Okay. Now we are ready for the next example. Let's see this example. Try these. So in front of us we have, sir, is it compulsory to give the event a name? Darpan, if you don't give name, it is okay. But if you give a name to event, you are learning for the future classes. Okay? If you don't give, it is okay. Not very important to give. Sir, should we do in copy? Beta, what I've told you, na, whatever I'm teaching over here, it is important for you. If you find it useful, if you find it future useful, you can do it in your copy. Okay? Now, list the number of outcomes of getting a green sector and not getting a green sector on this wheel. So in front of us, we have a wheel of different colors in which we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 greens and 3 reds. So total there are 8 colors on the wheel. They are asking in question 1, list the number of outcomes of getting green sector. Yes, class. How many outcomes are there that you can get a green sector? Yes. the outcomes for green sector are 5. So number of favorable outcomes of getting green sector is how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And number of favorable outcomes of getting non-green. Please tell me, for non-green, what is the outcomes? 3 are there, because there are 3 red colors which are non-green. So we can say number of non-green is 3. Now it is saying second part, find the probability of getting a green sector. We all know probability is given by number of favorable outcomes upon total number of outcomes. So in this case of getting green, we all know 5 is a favorable and 8 is the total, and last one is not getting green. Simple, it is 3 upon 8. I hope all of you got this. It's very easy. Okay. Now I will take 1 or 2 questions from the exercise also, and after that the whole exercise you can do on your own. Okay. Shall we move to the question? I have taken question number 4 from exercise. Let's see it. Question 4. Numbers 1 to 10 are written on 10 separate slips. So there are 10 slips on which you have written numbers from 1 to 10, kept in a box and mixed well. One slip is chosen from the box without looking into it. What is the probability? So before that, you have to understand you have a experiment. You have a box in which there are numbers from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. That box contains these 10 chits. Now you have to find of getting a number 6. So first event is given to you. First part, let E be the event getting a number 6. Very easy. Tell me what is the number of favorable outcomes in this case? Yes, class. What is the number of favorable outcomes in this case? Only 1, because there is only one. No, beta, Dev, not 6 upon 10. There is only one chance, then you can get 6. In those 10 chits, if you put your hand and take it out, only one slip is there, but which will give you a number 6. So the chances of getting a number 6 is only 1. Okay. So we can say probability of getting this E is given by number of favorable outcomes. That is only 1, because there is only one slip of 6 number. So 1 out of total number of slips over there are 10. So chances of getting a 6 is 1 upon 10. Now I hope this is clear. Second is saying getting a number less than 6. Suppose I take it as F. Event is getting a number less than 6. Now tell me how many favorable outcomes in this case. Please tell me. Okay, Yash. Okay, beta. Good, just good. Niteshri correct. Rachit correct. Aviral wrong, beta. Harshul no. No Harshul. Deepak. Okay. Harshul no. Krishna correct. Dev wrong. Aryan. Okay, Aryan is correct. Now see, Dev, please understand this thing. It is saying getting a number less than 6. Let me tell you what are the outcomes that are favorable for you. But I'm telling you, wait. Let me write the favorable outcomes. Favorable outcomes. Getting a number less than 6 means all the numbers which are less than 6 are acceptable in this event. You can say 1 will be accepted, 2 will be accepted, 3 4, 5. 6 cannot be accepted, 7 cannot be accepted, 8 cannot be accepted, 9, 10. So we have these 5 numbers that can be accepted in this particular event. So it is easy for me to find the probability now. Probability of f is 5, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers are there upon 10, or it is 1 upon 2. I hope you got this now, Harshul. Harshul, I hope you got this now. Harshul. Okay. Now the third part is getting a number greater than 6. Now let's start getting a number greater than 6. Third part is, suppose I take an event M getting more than 6. Now all of you try. Okay, 4 upon 10. Okay, correct. So almost all of you got this. Sarthak, correct, beta? Good. Now we want all the numbers which are more than 6. That is 7, 8, 9 and 10. There are 4 favorable outcomes. So answer will be simple. It is 4 upon 10. So we'll write P of M as 4 upon 10 or 2 upon 5. Very simple. Last, fourth part, getting a 1-digit number. Now tell me what is the answer of this? Getting a 1-digit number. Yes. Very good, Aviral. Rachit, Aryan, Shristi. No, Dev. No, Dev. No, wrong. Just correct. Krishna wrong. Hiteshri wrong. Prisha correct. Ananya correct. Parth wrong, beta. Deepak, Krishna correct now. Harshul correct. Okay, Shresh correct. Darpan, Hiten. Now, Dev, no beta. You are taking it wrong way. Understand, Dev. Question is saying getting a 1-digit number. We can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These 9 numbers are all 1-digit number. Joel, beta, which one? Fourth part or third part? Joel, which part, beta? Joel, which part, beta? Second and third part. Okay, I'm repeating one more time. Second part is saying getting a number less than 6. So we have how many numbers? We have 10 numbers. It is saying we want to find the probability of getting a number less than 6. This is 6. We want less than 6. So 1 will come in our event, 2 will be counted in our event, 3 will be counted, 4 will be counted and 5 will be counted. So Joel, we have 5 favorable events. If I get 1, I'm okay. If I get 2, I'm okay. If I get 3, I'm okay. If I get 4, I'm okay. If I get 5, I am okay. But if I get 6, not acceptable in this event. If I get 7, not acceptable. 8, not acceptable. That is why in second part, the favorable outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I count them, they are 5 in numbers. If I count them, they are 5 in numbers. That is why the probability is 5 upon 10. Answer is 1 upon 2. Similarly, the third part is getting a number greater than 6. So 6 is not included. 7, 8, 9, 10. 4 numbers are there which are more than 6. That is why third part is very simple, 4 upon 10. I hope it is clear now, Joel. One second. Yes, but feedback is there. Mayank saying okay. Joel, is it okay now? Joel, please confirm, Joel. Okay. Now see, fourth part, getting a 1-digit number. Let I make it event. Suppose P, getting 1-digit number. Let's write all the favorable outcomes first of all. So the favorable outcomes are very simple: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 will not come in this because 10 is a 2-digit number. So we can count these numbers now: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are total 9 favorable outcomes. So answer will be 9 upon 10. This is the answer for fourth part. I hope all of you got this. Yes. I hope this is clear to all of you. Now I request you all to try all these parts on your own. These are very easy. Okay, try these and check the answer after doing all the questions at the back. When you are done with all the questions, after doing all the questions, you can check the answers at the back. Okay, now all of you can switch on your video.